Yo, what up? It's the King, baby, and my goodness, Bungie has made some excellent changes to Trials of Osiris, and we're not going to waste any time. Let's get right into it. Holy crap! Trials is better than it's ever been. Well, maybe. Loot-wise, it's the best state Trials has ever been in my opinion, and that includes Destiny 1. Previously, the only way to get loot was by getting 3 wins, 5 wins, 7 wins, and then going flawless, of course. And you would get one powerful piece of loot from each one. There was also a bounty that would allow you to get a 3-win piece of loot once completed. Now, Trials has been revamped loot and gameplay wise, and in my opinion, it is so worth it, even for below average players. For starters, Trials has finally been made into a match-made activity, meaning you no longer have to use LFG or find buddies to do Trials with. You can now go in solo and not have to feel the stress of winning every game. You can just go in, get your loot, whether it takes a couple matches or several. Trials also has a reputation system now, and with each match it goes up. A win grants more rep than a loss, of course, and the higher you rank up, the longer it takes to rank again, of course. Each rank up rewards a trial engram, and you could use engram to either decrypt at Raoul for a piece of Trials gear you own, or do not. But, if you would like, you can focus the engram with Saint 14 to a piece of gear that you already have, but unfortunately it will cost you a whopping 100 legendary shards, and 20,000 glimmer. Very worth it if you ask me. If you have a lot of materials to spend, I mean, hey, I would definitely do it. I've already done it a ton, and believe me, I've wasted almost 1,000 shards because I didn't get a single roll I wanted. Anyway, every couple of ranks also grants you some things like cores, prisms, or upgrade modules, as you can see here. As for the win system, you now gain points towards a pinnacle drop for each round 1, and once at 50 points, you get the pinnacle drop. You also get a pinnacle drop for 7 total matches won, if you're up for it. And speaking of 7 wins, for each win you get after 7, even if you haven't gone flawless, you get very good rewards. We're talking prisms, cores, and even ascendant shards, if you're lucky. Heck, you can even get the adept weapon for the week if you already went flawless. I, for one, did wins after 7 a couple times and got some pretty good loot, and sometimes not so much. Just depends on your luck. You might be asking, okay, why would I even go flawless then? It seems the loot is already good enough in every other aspect, so why try so hard? Believe me, going flawless is still very, very worth it, because you could get an adept weapon that no one other than flawless groups can get. Chance at an adept mod for the weapon or other adept weapons, a ton of materials like ascendant shards, prisms, etc., and you get to brag and say, hey, I went flawless. What about you, punk? People might say it's easier now to go flawless since the population for Trials is the largest it's ever been. We're talking over 500,000 in the weekend. That's crazy. But I say nah, it's still not that easy. I faced many sweaty teams, but I did indeed go flawless twice, as you could see by me opening a chest at the lighthouse, if you don't believe me. As for the passages, there is now one new one called Ferocity, which grants an extra win after your 3rd win. Pretty nice, but I prefer Passage of Mercy. Speaking of Passage of Mercy, it's still here, which grants you a free loss. So if you're on your 6th win and 1 away from the lighthouse and lose, no worries, bro. You've been given one last chance, thanks to the Mercy Passage. Passage of Wealth is still here, but now it is a little different. It grants increased rep points for each Trials win at game 3, 5, and 7. You must have completed a 7-win passage before you can access this one though. And finally, we have the Passage of Confidence, which is not changed. This grants extra rewards at the lighthouse when you've gone flawless, which I might add, yes, you can still farm the flawless chest as many times as you'd like. As I said in the beginning of the video, if you still don't believe me, Trials is very, very rewarding now. So with that being said, overall I'm very happy to be playing Trials religiously again. Back in Destiny 1, I would play Trials nearly every weekend. The thrill of the game mode was the main pull for me, and the loot was secondary, but now it is the other way around. The loot is far better in Destiny 2's version of Trials, and there's just something about Destiny 2 that does not get me on the edge of my seat like Destiny 1 did. I can't really put my finger on it, but it is still very intense and very fun nonetheless. The cheater problem has somewhat been fixed with the addition of Battle Eye, and requiring a purchase of the DLC instead of making it available free to all players. But I still hear reports of cheaters either way. I for one played over 40 matches, almost half solo queue, and did not run into one single cheater, surprisingly. Either way, as I end this video, just know Trials is back and it's better than ever. The loot, the gameplay, the less cheating, it's so good. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. I plan on making more videos in the future here, so stay tuned. The consistent videos are turned up to 11 in the kingdom, baby. Anyway, that's it for me. Until next time, my friends, the king is out, baby. Peace.